Hey, Jono, it's Devin again from Diamond Digital. It was awesome meeting you at CECF. Alex and I had a great time speaking to you. You're a lot of fun, very interesting to talk to, and I'm excited to hop into this video. In this video, I'm going to show you 3 things you can improve on your website so you can start beating these guys, Radiance Med Spa, because if you type in Med Spa Washington, D.C., they pop up first, and you could be there real easily. Now, the reason why we make these videos, most doctors and medical practitioners are just so busy running their practice, they don't have the time to learn how to make the internet bring them more patients. The only thing stopping them from hiring somebody to help them, they just don't know who is an expert and who isn't. So what we do is we give out these free attack plans, and some people take this information, they do it themselves, but some people call us back and have us do it for them. Whatever you'd like to do is totally okay with us. This is just free education. And I'm going to talk to you about 3 things today. Content, backlinks, and then citations. And I'll admit, I did a quick peek through your website beforehand, and I gotta say, you killed it with the design. Like, I think it's so beautiful. It's got so much trust factor built right from the get-go. You've got your book now from at the very top, book now right there. It's got a lot of calls to action, but just having these awards right from the get-go, that builds so much trust. And then there's so much to say. You did so good on the design. Now, what Google mostly cares about when it comes to ranking is content. And if this, not duplicate content, so if this appears anywhere else, like it looks like it appears on Yelp, that doesn't count. But anything that's fresh, like anything that your customers can read, that's content. And here you go. Looks like really the only content you kind of have on this page. The reason why Google wants a lot of content is because the more content you have on a page, the more of an authority you seem on that topic that you're trying to rank for. And so the average website on the front page of Google does have right around 2,000 words. And that's kind of where you want to sit to be considered an authority. I'll grab all the content, including testimonials, just because, but let's see what you're sitting at. You're currently sitting at 1,666 words with all the testimonials. So you're getting close there. If we go over to Radiance and we see what they're sitting at, they're sitting at 350. So you're already blowing them out of the water. However, how much of that is duplicate? Hard to say, but here's what I will say. You really want to look at this stuff right here that's your original content that's not testimonials. And really, if you want to do the best results, turn this into 2,000 words. 10x this. And to take it a step further, you want to also put in some keywords. A keyword is just a phrase somebody types into Google commonly to find your business, such as like Med Spa Washington, D.C. And so if I take this keyword and I go and I search on your homepage, you can see it doesn't show up at all. So when you're writing that extra content, make sure you put that in there a couple times. You can also save your images as that. Like if I go over here to save image, instead of Hela Medical Drysdale MD, this could be saved as Med Spa Washington, D.C. It'll help you rank for that. So that's my first tip on content. My second tip is called backlinks. Now, a backlink is when another website is linking to you, driving traffic to you. This is really important because Google's kind of like a popularity contest, and they want to see a bunch of relevant websites passing that power to you. It's kind of like link juice. That's what we call it. And so, keep in mind, you want to see that Google wants to see relevant websites linking to you. So you're going to get a lot more link juice or a lot more power passed to you if you have other med spas or medical practices linking to you instead of having like Pizza Hut linking to you. Google knows you're not a pizza company. So the tool that I use to check out backlinks is called Ahrefs. It is a paid tool. You don't have to use it. There's plenty of free tools out there. Just look up backlink checker, keyword planner. You can find all this information. But it says you currently have 2,500 backlinks, which is quite a bit, while Radiance DC only has 459. So you're probably thinking, what gives? Well, there's a couple things. One, they've been in business a lot longer. It could just be a time thing. But here's the real reality. If these links are good enough to rank them to number 1, they're good enough to rank you to number 1. And so all I would do in your situation is I would go visit all these 459 links they have, and I'd go visit these pages and put a link back to your page. Like as you see here, Radiance Med Spa, they just created a profile and put a link to visit website. You can do stuff like that too. Groupon, same thing. Yellow Pages, same thing. So all these different things, you just go down these websites and create links to your own page. By following just those 2 tips, Jono, by just getting more content than them and by beating them with backlinks, that's enough to get you number 1 organically. I'm going to give you one last extra tip, and it's really probably the most valuable tip. It's how you get right here. And I can actually see you're in the 3rd spot, which is awesome. As everybody knows, the most traffic goes to the map. I mean, think about it when you're looking on your phone for something. I bet more often than not, you click on whatever pops up at the top, and that's where you go. So that's where we want to get you. And the way you get there is by having more citations than your competitors. Citations are anywhere where your name, your address, and your phone number is listed in different directories. And if you're wondering what a directory is, it's just a website that allows you to list your business's information, such as Yelp and Yext and Yellow Pages, White Pages. Facebook has a directory these days. There's a plenty of them. So what I would do if I were in your shoes is I would just figure out all the directories that Radiance was listed in. I'd list myself in those same ones, but then I'd add a bunch more on top. So if they were in like 150 directories, I'd be in like 300 directories. But that's all I've got for you, Jono. I hope you found this informative and helpful. I tried to keep it short and to the point for you. As a super quick recap, you want 2,000 words of original content on this homepage with keywords like Med Spa Washington, D.C. in there. You're going to want to take the backlinks that Radiance DC has linking to their page and get them linking back to your page. And then put your name, your address, and your phone number in more directories in Radiance. And by following these 3 tips, that's how you become #1 organically across the entire front page of Google. So you're probably wondering, what do I do now? 2 options. You take this information, you do it yourself, you make a lot of money. I recommend you do that as soon as possible because it's a constant battle. And while you're building, your competitors are building too. So the sooner you get started, the sooner you start making money. If you don't want to do any of that, if you want to pass it off to somebody else and you want any help with it, feel free to give us a call. Our phone number is in the email, as well as you can just email us back. But we'd be glad to hop on a call with you and talk about your goals, talk about whatever you'd like to do and however you want to see your practice move forward. And we'll see what we can do to help you. Either way, it was a blast talking to you at CUCF. You're an awesome person, and I really thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, Jono.